If you eat warm applesauce, you're a sadist, and you deserve everything bad happening to you. Hello everyone, and welcome back to your show for all things gaming and rarely tech related, Gentoo. I'm your host, Garrett Bevans, and it's the last regular episode of Gentoo for this season. I hope you enjoy it, so let's look at some upcoming gaming release highlights. Gather your herd and venture forth in Goat Simulator 3, an all-new, totally realistic sandbox farmyard experience that puts you back in the hooves of no one's favorite female protagonist. Get ready for another round of utter mayhem. Lick, headbutt, and ruin your way through a brand new open world and the biggest waste of your time since Goat Simulator. Goat Simulator 3 releases on November 17th for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet are the first truly open-world RPGs in the Pokemon series. As you enjoy the hallmarks of the series, meeting, teaming up with, battling, training, and trading Pokemon, you'll be able to immerse yourself in a newly evolved adventure. Check out each of the exclusives for each and make your choice of the game when it releases on November 18th for the Switch.
I have a bad feeling about this.
One wrong move and we're dead in the water.
The one right move, and you could catch her and end this war.
In Evil West, the Dark Menace consumes the Old West. In solo or co-op, fight with style and visceral, explosive combat against bloodthirsty monstrosities. Eradicate the vampiric hordes with your lightning-fueled gauntlet and become a Wild West superhero. Evil West releases on November 22nd for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Those are the big upcoming releases. You can check those out in the description below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to KNWT. Now, let's check out the last week of PAX. Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Rundown. I'm your host Garrett, and today we kick back, relax, and enjoy a somewhat calming space adventure with The Outer Wilds. In The Outer Wilds, you play as an unnamed space explorer on their first solo mission to the stars above. However, before leaving home, a mysterious statue links the player to an ancient alien race called the Naomi, who shows the player that they are in fact stuck in a time loop. But not a death loop though, and that's a pretty good game. You guys should totally go check that out. Anyway, your goal is to find the secrets of the Naomi and break the loop. It's a fantastic mystery. The story is told all through text and translations. Use tools to decode messages left behind and communicate with your other explorers with a cool system actually, music. Just make sure to sit down, chill out, and have a marshmallow with your boys once you meet them. As I said, the game is pretty calming and relaxing thanks to its lovely soundtrack. However, space is pretty big and you're not alone out there. Some monsters do exist and they will eat you whole. On top of monsters, some creepy crystals exist that will disappear when you're not looking at them, which I'm not a big fan of. However, I am a big fan of the gameplay, which is up next. The gameplay is simple and fantastic. As soon as you finish the tutorial of the game, it sets you free and doesn't hold your hand. You can go anywhere in the small yet dense solar system and solve puzzles to wrap up the mystery. Each planet has its own quirks, from Giants Deep, a stormy water planet that can launch its own islands into space, only to bring them crashing back down. To Brittle Hollow, a planet that breaks open to reveal a black hole, in which you can fall in and unlock a cool new hidden area. Now, I must mention to tread carefully out there, as you're far from invincible. Of course, if you collide with the ground too hard, for instance, your ship will explode and launch you into the cold, dark abyss of space. Also, if you toy something called a gravity gun, don't be surprised when you're launched off the planet and away from the safety of your own ship. Trust me, it's not a good time. Now, you can in fact run out of time in the game, as a supernova occurs in every single playthrough, forcing you to restart. But don't fret, as all the new information that you have learned is updated and saved into your ship's log, as you awake on home planet safe and sound. that does it for this week here on The Rundown, and that was The Outer Wilds, a fantastic game with a great story and just as great soundtrack to go with it. If you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe and come back next week for highlights. I'm your host, Garrett Bevans, signing off. Have a good one.
Northwest Tower Yearbook has dedicated over a century to documenting life on campus and in the Maryville community. The award-winning organization has numerous Pacemaker Awards and a spot in the Associated Collegiate Press Hall of Fame. Learn more about Tower at the handles below.
Out of 7 billion people, each one of them has a different story.
We share our stories with family and friends.
We tell our stories through laughter and tears.
We create our stories with talents and strengths.
We survive our stories of hardships and grief.
And throughout everything we live through,
we are staying for the stories.
Okay guys, Lauren stepped out and I'm sick of this generic background. I have this remote, so I'm gonna change the background. Don't tell Lauren, okay? Here we go. No, 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 no. Too boring, no, no. Too sad, no, no. I don't think I can use this. I don't think I'm allowed to. You know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's watch the rest of the show.
Hey guys, my name is Lauren Liberty and welcome to Lauren's Esoteric Dive into games she enjoyed playing as a child and presents it to her audience, or the really easy to remember acronym, LEDIGSEPAACAPITHA. Now RPGs have been one of my favorite genres of all time, with games like Skyrim, Fallout 3, Mass Effect all being RPG type games. However, you know about those, so I'm going to talk about my favorite JRPG, Japanese roleplay game, Infinite Undiscovery. Infinite Undiscovery takes place in a world where the Dread Knight Leonid and his Order of Chains bound the world to the moon from all regions. Honestly, it is really pretty, so it sucks that any region bound with a chain suffers blight consequences, crops wither, animals die, plus some natural disasters thrown in there. Thus, Sigmund the Liberator goes forth alongside his Liberation Force to unchain the world, which the chains can only be broken at this point by Sigmund. An unwitting young man named Capel, who is definitely one of my earliest crushes and also the top name on my boy baby names list, is mistaken for the Liberator and imprisoned. Capel is a lazy and mediocre flutist who loves to complain and would rather just sit back. He's also an unblessed. Unblessed are those born on a new moon or an eclipse where the moon is not visible, and so they are not given a ludoglyph or a type of magic power gifted to everyone else by the moon god Varos. The unblessed are generally cast out, not protected by their governments, and in at least one region, killed for being so. Continuing on, Capel is rescued by Aya, a member of Sigmund's Liberation Force, also thinking you were Sigmund, and so then you are drug along. Despite wanting nothing to do with it, Capel does help Aya escape until you find the Liberation Force who stops your pursuers. You finally end up seeing Lord Sigmund, who does in fact look identical. Capel, finding no reason to stick around with little skills, tries to leave, but ends up volunteering to take Aya to a priest to save her life, to where he now joins the group. That's pretty much how the game begins, and I won't spoil too much more, but Capel does learn he is actually capable of breaking chains, just like Sigmund. I won't say any more. The player controls Capel from a third-person perspective, while AI controls 3 other characters. The player fights battles with this team of 4, or sometimes with multiple teams formed from a possible 18 characters. It is a lot of characters to manage for not the longest game, but quite a few of them you can't even have in your own party. In battle, Capel has the ability to use connect actions, which give him access to other team members' skills. You can also use these in towns when applicable, like Rico, who is often who you will use to talk to animals, who are 1,000 times more interesting than the people. The fighting mechanics are pretty good for both you and your party. It allows for a couple of different combos and moves used with the stamina/magic resource of MP. Your flute also has a couple powers, which is a little underutilized in my opinion, which aids to my next point. At times, it is really noticeable this game was really rushed. The biggest indicator are that there are some scenes that lack audio dialogue, seemingly randomly. Also, some features that were obviously a part of a bigger idea aren't fully complete. There are a lot of funny moments in the dialogue, and some of the relationships are really cute. While you would think the two random kids you pick up would be more annoying than anything, they are kinda two of my favorite characters, and their interactions with Capel are really sweet. I have still yet to ever even meet someone who did know this game outside of my sister, so I think it's totally underrated. There aren't game-breaking bugs or anything, and I really love the story. There are quite a few B-plots, interesting characters, and plot twists. And I'm sure you really want to know why Capel and Sigmund look so much alike. Alas, no spoilers. But I guess if you really want to know, you can come and ask me. But I definitely recommend playing this Xbox exclusive. It's worth it, and I would love to know someone who's actually played the game. There is so much more to this game that I would love to talk about, but can't due to time. So that's all that we have for this week of LEDIGSEPAACAPITHA. I will see you guys next time for the highlights week. Bye!
Hey guys, welcome back to Patty Plays. In this week's episode, I'm going to go over the update that is coming to Modern Warfare 2 on November 16th. This is going to be a huge update with lots of things coming to the game. There's going to be a new Warzone map, which is free to play for anybody. There's also going to be a new game mode called DMZ, that is like the game Escape from Tarkov. There's also going to be a new gulag for when you die in Warzone, as well as new vehicles, including the electric Hummer. Also included in this update are new weapons, maps, operators, game modes, and new battle pass system. First in this update for Warzone, the new map called Al Mazrah has a ton of cool features, including water and locations that are from old Call of Duty games from over the years, including Terminal and High Rise. There's going to be an aquatic combat, new circle collapse, proximity chat, new buy stations, a third-person mode, and an interrogation feature that will help you find enemies. There are new operators, which are characters you can play as, coming to Modern Warfare 2. The first being Zeus, who is a former member of the Nigerian Army Special Forces. Then there is Gaz, who is a character in Modern Warfare 2019. There is also an operator who we just know the name of, named Claus, who is a member of Denmark's Elite Special Forces. The last three operators are actually skins of some of the best soccer players in the world, Neymar Jr., Paul Pogba, and Leo Messi. There are also new guns coming to this season, first being the Victus XMR sniper rifle, which is a 50 cal sniper. The next is the Bass P SMG, which has an aggressive fire rate. The M13 is also returning to Call of Duty, which has a high fire rate and low recoil. And the last gun is the Chimera assault rifle. This gun was known as the Honey Badger in Call of Duty Ghost, which was released in 2013. The next thing is that the Prestige system is back. In Season 1, you will be able to get to Prestige 5, and how you get there is you have to level up to level 55, and then you move on to level 1 Prestige 1, and then level up to 55 again, and then you go to Prestige 2, and so on. The last thing that I want to mention about this update are the maps that are coming to the game in Season 1. The first being Shipment, which is a map that has been in several Call of Duties at this point. It is a very small map with lots of combat. The next map, and the map that I'll show in this video, is a new variation of Shoot House from Modern Warfare 2019. The difference between this year's Shoot House and 2019's is that the new one feels more earthy, with more dirt and grass around the map. This update seems to be a very good one with lots of new things coming to Call of Duty. I am most excited for the new weapons as well as the new Warzone map and the DMZ game mode. It will be nice with old places from old Call of Duties that I used to love playing will now be playable again in Modern Warfare 2. Anyways guys, that's all I have for today. Leave a comment telling me which feature you are most excited for in this season, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a beautiful day.
Kirsten, what are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing here? Making TikToks? And it's not about what I do, it's about what we do here. So we start with storyboarding the content we want to create for our clients. It could be anyone from small businesses, nonprofits, and organizations both on campus and in the Maryville community. We write, we film, we edit, we create, and then we wait. So if you're someone who thinks you need us, we are KNWT Creative Services.
This week on Channel 8 News, we'll be looking at the liberation of the city of Kherson, stats from the Bearcat volleyball and football games, Northwest's first generation celebration, and more.
For stories that matter to you, catch new episodes of Channel 8 News every Monday at 2 p.m. on our YouTube page at KNWT TV.
What's up, everybody? This is Steve-O. What's up, everybody? This is Steve-O. You're watching KNWT, practically the national champs of college TV. Yeah.
Come to something like this, they expect a show, but we want to give them so much more than that. See, people don't seem to realize that there is so much going on that they don't know about, and the amount of people it takes to pull something like this off, of course there's going to be disagreements.
You done not bring her up. You abandoned us!
And now, stay tuned for an extended look at Trombone Champ.
It's always really cool coming to a new venue and just kind of seeing how things have come together. Okay, so we're backstage right now, just in those doors. It's the actual stage. They're doing sound checks in there for another opener. So I can't really show you what's in there right now, but Blake has put in a lot of really hard work to make sure that that place is already set up before I even get here. Like, until you actually, do it and understand everything that goes into something like this, you genuinely can't comprehend the amount of work it takes to pull something like this off. Let's go explore. We've just got incredible people on this crew. I mean, hospitality, visuals, tour directors, cinematography, everyone just knocks it out of the park every single stop.
Okay. And a little slider shot.
So we get to sound check, and something is just not right with the trombone. And I mean, we're close enough to the show that we don't have time to figure out what it is. Will can't fix it, then there is no show.
This is a very finely tuned instrument. We spent literally minutes working on the design. It's
felt good. Thank you. Each and every one of you, thank you. Amazing. Let's go home.
Thank you for tuning in to Task Failed Successfully's spin-off, Task Attempted Unironically, and thanks for watching Gentoo on KNWT. Trombone Champ is available for PC on Steam.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Gentoo. Wait, 1 second, hold on. There you go, that looks better. This was a great one to end on. Thanks for all the support, and we'll see you in 2 weeks on Gentoo for the highlight episode. Now go check out an old episode of Gentoo, one of the other amazing shows on KNWT.